Good morning, children. This video is for 30th January. Next question, that is 18th one. Represent root 3 on the number line. Already I have marked here number line and plus 1 plus 2 like that, right side of the 0 and left side negative numbers we have to upload. We have to write. Afterwards, what we should do? Here 1 centimeter distance we should take and the perpendicular to be drawn. Right, so here 90 degrees should be marked. So O, this point is AB. So AB equal to 1 centimeter only. Now OB joined, that is equal to hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to 1 plus 1, that is root 2 only we will get. Now from here we have to take the 90 degree. Here children doing the error only. Keep that this base line is coincide with the 0 and this is the base which is the hypotenuse root 2 as the base. From there 90 degree to be marked. On that line 1 centimeter to be taken. Right, so 1 centimeter we are taken like this and marked here 1 only. This is again 1 centimeter only. Right, here also 1 centimeter, here also 1 centimeter. This is root 2. Now root 2 plus 1, that is root 2 square plus 1 square we should take. Again you will get the hypotenuse as a root 3 only. Since the question is asked for root 3, what we should take? 0 as the center, that means O as the center for us now, and the radii is root 3 only. So we have to complete the arc here. It is close to 2 only. So plus root 3 and minus root 3 we can write, or we can write a P and Q only. So P represents plus root 3 and Q represents minus root 3. So here C is the point. Now the steps will be, we have to draw a number line. So draw a number line OA equal to 1 centimeter. At A construct 90 degrees such that AB equal to 1 centimeter. At B join OB again. At B construct 90 degrees such that BC equal to 1 centimeter. Join OC. With O as a center, OC as a radius, we have to draw a semicircle which cut the number line at P and Q only. P represents plus root 2 and Q represents minus root 2 respectively. Now what is the justification here? In triangle OAB, angle A 90, OB square equal to, or OB equal to root of 1 square plus 1 square equal to root 2. Now in triangle OBC, angle B 90, OC equal to root of, because this hypotenuse is root 2 and here 1 centimeter. So here we need root 3 only. So root 2 square plus 1 square. So 2 plus 1, that means root 3. So OC as the radius means root 3 as the radius. With this only we are completing the semicircle and we are getting the points P. Usually right side is compulsory, left side you can complete, that's only. It is close to the value 2 only because we know that root 3 equal to 1.73 only. Next question, volume of a right circular cone is 9856 centimeter cube. If a diameter of the cone is 28 centimeter, then find the curved surface area of the cone. So what is given in the question? Volume is given and the diameter is given. Then it is asked that curved surface area. So solution, volume of the cone equal to 9856 centimeter cube. Okay, diameter of the cone is given, so we should write that R equal to 28 by 2 equal to 14 centimeter. Now the question mark is for which one? Curved surface area. What is the volume of the cone formula? 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 by 3 into pi r square h is equal to 9856. 1 by 3 into 22 by 7 into r square means 14 into 14 into h equal to 9856. So here we have to write pi as a 22 by 7 only. If it is not mentioned in the question, we can choose as a 22 by 7 by calculation purpose. Now what we have to calculate, h only we have to calculate. This implies h is equal to 9856 into 3 into 7 in the numerator it will go, and the denominator we will have 12 into 14 into 14. When you solve, you will or simplify, you will get the answer h equal to 48 centimeter. Now we are having h and we are having r. So we have to calculate curved surface area, means we must know the formula. What is the curved surface area formula? Pi rl only. So L must be calculated, right? What is the L formula? L equal to root of h square plus r square. So h we got, r we got. So we'll write that slant height L equal to root of h square plus r square. That means root of 48 square plus r square equal to 2340 plus 196. R we can substitute, that is 14 square. So that finally it is equal to 2500 root of, right? So it is equal to 50 centimeter. Now we got the slant height. We know the formula of a curved surface area of the cone equal to pi rl. Pi equal to 22 by 7, r equal to 14 and L equal to 50. Simplify. Value equal to 2200 centimeter square only. Now what is the steps means, volume is given, from that we have calculated h and r is given in the question. What is the next step? We have to calculate slant height, because we have to find the curved surface area. Curved surface area the cone equal to pi rl. So the formula we applied and the answer is 2200 centimeter square only. Prove that the bisectors of angles of a parallelogram form a rectangle. In this question, we have not given as a diagram, so we must draw the diagram first. Diagram is completed here. It's a good question only. Practice more. Such a questions usually you can see that 2-3 question paper it is already asked. So given ABCD is a parallelogram. And what we have to prove? To prove PQRS is a rectangle. Proof. We are considering the triangle DSA only. Which triangle we are considering? Triangle ASD or DSA we can say. Triangle ASD. Angle DS and AS are the bisectors, but we know that the complete angle CDA plus DAB equal to 180 degree only, right? So what we should write here means CDA, angle CDA plus angle DAB equal to 180 degree. What is the reason? Co-interior angles are supplementary. So in triangle ASD, what we can write means it is half of D, right? And here half of A, because bisectors only. So because of this half, we are dividing the equations half on both the sides. So CDA plus DAB equal to 180 degree means half into 180 degree. That means half into CDA means which angle will come? Half into CDA means SDA will come. Again half into DAB, it is B only. DAB means which angle will come? DAS equal to 90 degree. Got? So in triangle ASD we got that SDA, that means here, right? Again which is the next angle? DAS. It's a sum equal to 90 degree. We got here in triangle ASD, this equation number 1 I will write. In triangle ASD, angle SDA plus angle DAS plus angle DSA equal to 180 degree. Now for these two, what I can write? 90 degree plus angle DSA equal to 180 degree. So angle DSA equal to 90 degree. Equation number 2. This implies if this is 90 degree means what about angle PSR? Angle PSR equal to 90 degree, vertically opposite angle. Equation number 3. Similarly, that means the whatever the procedure we have completed for DSA triangle, the same procedure we can use for a BQC. So in triangle BQC also, what we can write? Angle BQC equal to 90. Therefore, what we can write? Angle PQR equal to 90. Same procedure, similar, or I can write similarly. Similarly, in triangle BQC, angle BQC I should write. C is missing here. BQ is equal to 90. This implies that angle PQR RQP equal to, I'll correct and write, implies angle PQR equal to 90 degree. Okay. Now what is the next step? We want angle P now. So similarly, the co-interior angles only we can write. Now what we got here? Angle PSR is also 90 we got. Angle PQR is also 90 we got. Right? Now the next step is that in triangle ABP I am taking. In triangle ABP, here also the same procedure. It is half A, it is half B. Half A plus half B plus angle APB equal to 180 degree. Half A plus half B, we need the value. How we can calculate that one? Angle A plus B equal to 180. The same procedure only, and we are dividing with the half. So half of A plus B equal to half into 180, that is 90. Right. So equation number 5. So that value we are substituting here. So 90 plus angle A plus B equal to 180. So angle A plus B, APB equal to 90 degree, equation number 6, because 5 we have already used. Similarly, if APB is 90, what about a DRC? Angle DRC is also equal to 90. Equation number 7. So we got here angle PSR equal to 90. That means here, right? Next we got a PQR. Which equations? Angle 3, sorry, equation number 3 and equation number 4. Now we got a equation number 6. APB is 90. Now in 7 we got angle DRC equal to 90. So I'll take down using 3, 4, 6 and 7. Angle P equal to, angle Q equal to, angle R equal to, angle S. If you want, you can see the middle letter S is here. Q, P, then R. So P, Q, R, S. Correct? So angle P equal to, angle Q equal to, angle R equal to, angle S equal to 90 degree. So what is the conclusion we can go for here? Mean in triangle, in quadrilateral PQRS, two pair of opposite angles are equal. Therefore, it is a parallelogram. What is the next step? And in the parallelogram PQRS, we should write also each angle equal to 90 degree. Therefore, PQRS is a rectangle. So definition only. In a parallelogram, one angle is 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. Now here we got a parallelogram with all angle equal to 90 degrees, so it is a rectangle. Now the figure is given for section D, first question, that is 4-mark question, that is question number 21. In the given figure, ABCD is a parallelogram and E is the midpoint of AB and CE bisects angle BCD. Next, prove that AE equal to AD and angle DC equal to 90 degree. So what is given in the question? We should write first given ABCD is a parallelogram. E is the midpoint, that means AE equal to B. Again, CE bisects BCD. So in the diagram itself, it's already marked 1 and 2. So we can write that angle 1 equal to angle 2. So to prove what is given in the question, that is AE equal to AD, that is the first one. And the second one, DEC equal to 90 degree. Angle DEC equal to 90 degree. So proof I'll go now. Angle ABCD is a parallelogram first. That is the point we have to use. So ABCD is a parallelogram. And BC is parallel to AD and AB is parallel and equal to DC also. That we know that because it's a opposite sides of the parallelogram, right? So I'll write here AB equal to DC and AB parallel to DC. Similarly, BC equal to AD, BC parallel to AD. Equation number 1, that is given only, it's a property for us, right? So what I have written here, AB equal to DC, AB parallel to DC and BC equal to AD, BC parallel to AD, right? It is given that ABCD is a parallelogram, means what you can say about 1 and 3, this shows that angle 1 equal to angle 3, that is alternate interior angle. Okay. And angle 1 equal to angle 2 is given in the figure because it's a bisector property. It is given that C is the bisector, right? This implies that angle 2 equal to 3. Angle 2 equal to 3 means what you can say about the opposite side, BE equal to BC. This implies BE equal to BC. Side opposite to equal side. But BE equal to AE. BE, but only. BE equal to AE given. Therefore, what is the conclusion here? We can make that AE and BC are equal, right? But BC AD because opposite side of the parallelogram, here we have written BC and AD are equal. Therefore, AE equal to AD. AE equal to AD using 1. AE equal to AD. Here we have written BC equal to AD. So BC we replaced with the AD. That means we got the result AE equal to AD. Hence proved the first part. By this what we can write, the opposite angles are again equal. That means this implies angle 4 equal to angle 5. But again here alternate interior angle, sorry, opposite angles, angle opposite to equal side. But angle 5 equal to 6, again alternate interior angle. By these two result, what you can write, angle 4 equal to angle 6. Angle 4 equal to angle 6 means what we can say, DE is bisecting angle D. Angle D. So 4 and 6 are equal, we got here already given that 1 and 2 are also equal only. Now again parallelogram property we are applying. In parallelogram ABCD, what we can write, angle C plus angle D equal to 180 degree co-interior angle. Half of angle C plus half of angle D equal to half into 180 implies half of C means I want to take it as a angle 6. Half of C means angle 1 only. Angle 1. Half of D means angle 6 equal to 90 degree. Now we can go for the triangle criteria similar to our last question only, because other two angles sum equal to 90 means the remaining angle is 90 only. Now in triangle DEC, it's a triangle, we have to consider angle D plus angle C plus angle E equal to 180 degree angle sum property. That means angle 6 plus angle 1 plus angle DEC equal to 180 degree. Now what is 6 plus 9? We got it as a 90. We substituted. By this what you can say about angle DEC? Angle D is equal to 90 degree. Hence proved. Second part. So the first step is that we have to prove that AE equal to AD. So what we have done first, angle 1 equal to 3 alternate interior angle. Angle 1 equal to 2 bisecting property. Therefore 2 and 3 are equal. Then we have taken the opposite sides. Therefore BC and BE are equal. But already E is the midpoint. So AE and BE are equal. So AE and BE we are replaced here. We got AE equal to AD. Once we got AE equal to AD means again the opposite angles 4 and 5 are equal. But 5 and 6 are also equal since the alternate interior angles. Again what is the conclusion we can make? Angle 5 equal to angle 6. That means, angle 4 equal to angle 6 only. Here angle 4 equal to angle 5. Angle 5 equal to angle 6. Therefore angle 4 equal to angle 6. This shows that D bisects angle D. Equation number 2. Now what is the next step? Angle C plus angle D equal to 180 degree. Then half we are taking. Half of C, why we are considering means because we know that these two angles are bisected equal. Now we are substituting this one, half we are taken. So 1 and 6 equal to 90 we got. That means the remaining angle that is equal to 90 degree. With this today's class I am winding up. Thank you.